Every geek knows the best movies come out in the summertime. This summer, we have new movies from Jurassic Park, Pixar, Marvel, and the new James Gunn-led DC comic universe. So grab some popcorn, activate your AMC Stubs reward card, and get ready to kick back in the AC. We're keeping it cool with all the 2025 summer movies on this episode of Three-Dimensional Dads,
where parenting meets geek culture.
I'm Jay.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Ian.
And we're all waiting to answer the question that's on everyone's mind. What will be this year's Barbieheimer?
Dun dun dun.
Right?
Is that, in fact, the question on everyone's mind?
I don't know.
It always is, right? That was such a fun thing now.
Was that 2 years ago?
I feel like it's a thing now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like, what is going to be the next one? The combination you need to see both of.
Stitch
like-
Impossible? That's what I was like.
Stitch Possible.
Stitch Possible, maybe?
Well, looking to our calendar here, which I'm sure we'll post in the notes down there, the big thing coming out that's on the same date is we have Fantastic Four coming out with Happy Gilmore. So I guess we can call the
Go.
Fantastic Four.
The Happy Four.
Yeah, there you go.
Or, as they say in golf, four. 'Cause,
Nice.
Yeah, see what I did there? There is a lot coming out. And, before we came on, we had a little mini discussion, and it's not all movies anymore.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. We kind of gave a little shout out to AMC because that's where we usually go see the movies. But we have stuff coming out all over. We have Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Max, HBO, whatever they're calling it this week. There's a lot going on all over the interwebs. And
Right.
It's crazy.
It's hard to talk MCU if you're not
streamings.
talking about Disney Plus at the same time.
I know.
That's
Like half of it's on the screen, and
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Half is on the screen, half is on the stream.
Ooh, hey now.
And I feel like they're blurred. They're also so good. Like a lot of things on streaming. Andor, I couldn't tell was not a full movie.
Yeah, it
True.
looked like a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to tell these days.
I wish they would put it out in the theaters. That would be really
Probably had the budget of the movie, I'll tell you that much.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I think we should get right into it. This being a dad's podcast, we are dads and we have kids. So what things are we going to take our kids to? It's out now. Lilo and Stitch, the live action. My daughter loves Lilo and Stitch. However, she does not love the movie theaters. She's not a big fan of the big noise and the she's not a fan. So I'm going to try once it kind of goes down a little bit. Maybe I'll get her to Lilo and Stitch, but I think we're going to have to wait for the screen. I think we're going to have to wait for the little screen.
It'll be on
The
Disney
little
Plus
screen.
before the end of the summer.
Yeah.
You know it will.
Yeah, probably.
It's gonna be.
Possibly. Yeah.
Right.
Anything else, or what do you...
No, that's I think looking at the calendar here, that's the only thing she's kind of into. She's really big into YouTube ASMR right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. What are they teaching these kids at school? I don't know. My daughter comes home and she's like, I want to watch someone, chew on pasta for 3 hours straight. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but definitely she's not a big movie fan. I'm a big movie fan, and I will talk about that in a second. But Derek, what are you going to take your son to?
See, I really have this dilemma now, especially Disney, and now it seems like the other big studios are doing this, where they're taking animated films that we've seen together as a family, and they're making them these live action things. And I can't say I'm really into it. And so Jack has seen Lilo and Stitch, and we were big fans of How to Train Your Dragon, right?
Yeah,
But the live action thing, though, just doesn't do it for me. There was this, we read the books, How to Train Your Dragon books, and actually they're much different than the animated films. But I'm kind of at a loss. I was thinking maybe the new Pixar movie Elio, or maybe actually venturing into kind of the superhero world with him with the start of James Gunn and Superman. I thought that actually might be okay, because we were talking about this the other time. He was way too young for all the Marvel stuff, and I don't feel like I want to go all the way back to Captain America and Iron Man. Maybe start with something fresh and new and take them to have that theater experience. And what better way to do that than Superman?
Right.
So I think we should see it first. If he snaps Zod's neck in this one, then don't take him.
Yeah, don't take it.
Fair.
It depends, right?
Fair. Yeah.
That Elio one looks pretty cool. I think, maybe we'll try that one too. But like I said,
Yeah.
but yeah, and it's a weird thing. Like, he's able to see the start of something. We don't have that luxury anymore. Like, we saw like the old Thor and the old Captain America in the 80s and the old Spider-Man, and we've been having these reboots over and over and over and over.
Yep.
He's going to have a chance to start fresh with Superman, and then obviously Batman and Justice League and something like that at the time.
Yeah. What about you, Ian?
That's true. So I brought my daughters to Lilo and Stitch, and they loved it. They both love Stitch. I could see them making sequels to this going down. I figured this is going to be a whole franchise. Because Stitch is a great character.
Yes.
He's super funny. Like, the voice is easy to do, right? Blow punch buggy. Oh,
Yeah.
Like, everyone can do that voice.
Whoa.
So, I know, right? So that I'm Stitch to my daughter sometimes. I'm like, clean your room, because Ohana's family and family cleans their room. Right? So I do that.
Does that work?
No.
No, see, yeah.
No. It makes them laugh, though, so that's good.
That win's a win.
And yeah, my daughters love movies, so I know we're going to see How to Train Your Dragon. We're going to go see Elio, and I am thinking about maybe both Superman and Fantastic Four. Because with my kiddos, they've seen all the Spider-Man movies now. They've been different. They ask me. It's like, I'm not being like, that's it, sit down, Thor, Dark World, we're going. They come to me and they were like, they love Spider-Man. I said, okay, we'll watch Spider-Man. They love Turtles. I'll show them all the Turtle movies. Iron Man.
How'd they like Deadpool
Iron
and
Man's
Wolverine? They like that?
It was 3 claws up.
No, single. Your kids are single digits, and we cannot condone seeing Deadpool and Wolverine.
No,
under 30.
But it's interesting. My kids are at an age. I think Derek, with your son too. They're getting old enough where, like, a lot of this material is not that grown up and not grown up enough. So, like, we do our reviews on this podcast, and I go, it wasn't really for grown-ups. Oh, it was trying to appeal to everyone.
Yeah.
Well, that is kind of fun as a dad, because I'm like, well, maybe I can take my kids to the Superman. If he's not snapping Zod's neck, maybe destroying cities. I mean, maybe if it's more fun.
Yeah. I mean, they have Superdog in it too, right? So it's kind of like...
Well, my daughters love crypto. Yeah, there are all about that.
Yeah, I mean,
but what are we pumped for?
Yeah.
Like, what are we as geeks going to go see without them? We're going to leave the kids at home.
Yeah. So I think, personally for myself, there's going to be 2 movies I definitely know that the theaters are going to get my money for them, right? And and I think we both know it's going to be Superman and Fantastic Four. Those will definitely be ones that I'm going to the theater for, to see what they're like, to see how DC presents themselves, to see how what is this, the 3rd or 4th time around that we're going to try Fantastic Four in the Marvel universe, right?
You count the one they didn't release, the secret one that they made that, like, very nice.
I have to say the 2 things I'm pumped for were actually sequels to things that I was really surprised about last year. And that is the Hulu series Predator, Killer of Killers. Because I thought that Hulu knocked it out of the park with Prey. It was this new twist to the whole Predator series. And this almost seems like this is going to be like an animated what if kind of Predator, like with different scenarios and different like predators within history and things. So I'm really looking forward to that. The other thing that I think a lot of us, this caught us off guard. It was kind of like my underdog movie of last year was Alien, right?
Yeah,
so the Alien Earth series, Alien Romulus, I thought was like a surprise sleeper hit to me. So I'm really looking forward to Alien Earth. I think it's ambitious. Like a lot of the teasers and things have really been well done with the Wayland Corporation and stuff. And just, I mean, the xenomorph and like how it spreads and all of these little teaser things. So those are the 2 things that I'm really kind of pumped for.
Now, remind me, is that a live action or is that animated?
No, it's live action.
Alien
wow.
It's a series.
And where can we see that?
Hulu. I believe that's another Hulu. Yeah,
I have that one.
Yeah, I still have that bundle with the Disney Plus. Yeah, with the House of Mouse. Well, so Jay, what are you going for?
You know, I'd hate to be repetitive, but obviously Fantastic Four and Superman, but Superman to a lesser extent, because I use the phrase scarily, cautiously, tentatively. optimistic. Superman is a very, very tricky character. I think he's even more trickier than Batman or Spider-Man. I think he's the trickiest one because he is the epitome of what a good guy superhero is, because he has every power known to man. He can basically do anything. And then you saw what they did with Homelander. They nailed Homelander in The Boys, right? The exact opposite, right? So so I am really nervous about it, but I think it's going to be good. What I can't wait to see is how they do Batman in that universe, because it looks.
I know.
It looks.
Don't tease it. I hope they don't have something in this movie.
Yeah.
It's like, I know, I want to wait for it. I mean, that's a big card to play. It's like Wonder Woman, Batman. What are they going to be? Who's going to play them? Any little piece to find out what kind of Batman we're going to.
It was the color palette of the trailer, which kind of was like, how are they going to do Batman? And Batman's this dark, brooding thing, and like you had a lot of color and pop. Man of Steel, we didn't have that, which is why I think Affleck's Batman works so well in it. But other than Fantastic Four, of course, I'm pumped for. They're one of my favorite Marvel properties, and I hope they do it right. Like I'm begging, like just do it right. Like do it right. I mean, it looks good. Ben Grimm looks fabulous. I love the way Pedro Pascal looks. And the animations of Johnny flaming up. I think it's going to be good. My kind of curveballs, like Derek had his curveballs. I am really looking for. I can't even say a lot. I'm looking forward to the Naked Gun reboot. I'm looking for. It's Liam Neeson as we've never seen him before, and it's a reboot of Naked Gun. And I don't know why. I love the original Naked Gun when he's like going to the bathroom and the microphone's on and it just keeps going. Like Leslie Nielsen was such a great comedian, and I'm looking forward to this one. I'm very curious and wary too, but I think it's gonna be great. Also, I can't believe I'm saying this. Peacemaker. John Cena is a very controversial character, but the first Peacemaker series, season 1 was fabulous. Like, and I didn't think it was going to be good. I saw the trailers, I saw everything. I'm like, John Cena can't do this for an entire series. He did it fine in Suicide Squad, but he can't do it for a whole series. And I'm an apologist. You have proved me wrong, John Cena. The Peacemaker season 1 was fabulous. I hope this is going to be good too. And yeah, those are my kind of like, curveball. What I'm looking forward to. What about you, Ian? Let's keep going.
You brought me back to with Naked Gun. Like I have a story I've got to tell. Like I saw that movie when I was like in 1st or 2nd grade, and of course, like if you don't remember the first scene in the movie with all of the terrorists together and Gorbachev, and like he rubs off the birthmark, you have to know how I was teased my entire grade school life with people trying to walk up to me and go like this and going, I knew it was a fake.
Enrico Palazzo. Oh man, but again, that comedy, we haven't had those in a while. Like,
something silly. Yeah. I was thinking that of like a silly comedy we've had.
Slapstick.
And Liam Neeson is so deadpan. Like, he can do that so well. Like, I'm looking forward to that.
Everyone should look up his interviews on like the Tonight Show and stuff, where he brings out the little fart machine and he just plays it off. And he's so he does not break. Leslie Nielsen does not break. It's fabulous.
Commitment. I like it. So I'm going to go Superman, Fantastic Four. Obviously, we all have to say our piece about those.
Yes.
Fantastic Four, for me, they are characters that they haven't nailed yet. And for, on this podcast, I've said over and over how great The Incredibles was.
Yeah.
And that, like, that's the strength of Fantastic Four, is that they're a family. They have real dynamics together. It's complicated. And they're like, seeing the 4 of them work together is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Where we have a lot of loner Supermans, superheroes like Thor or Iron Man or these different characters. I like that this is a family that works together and really cares for each other. That's going to be awesome. I hope they pull that off. And then Superman. I am here for the new DCU. I am super pumped. I think the dark and gritty and non-magical, I mean, this has been another, if we're getting really hardcore DC Comics geek here, is their magic. Can you have Mr. Freeze in Batman? Can you have characters that are a little more magical in this world? And I like that right off the bat, we're getting this Green Lantern and Hawkgirl.
Yeah.
And all these different heroes coming in that, like, boy, Batman's going to be in the middle of all this too. So I'm excited for where all that can go. That's going to be awesome. If I had to pick one that's not, like, obviously the big 2, Jurassic Park still has me. I mean, I got the whole Jurassic Park up here. I have the mosquito and Amber. So Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't think I'm taking the kiddos to this one.
No.
But and Jurassic World Dominion was, or Lost Kingdom, or whatever they're calling it. The last Fallen Kingdom. Yeah,
There's more islands.
Enjoy.
Falling asleep, more like it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But the sad little Brontosaurus is getting killed by the lava. It's coming. That was a sad scene.
That was sad.
But I don't know. I think they're always fun to eat some popcorn and go watch dinosaurs on a big screen.
And Scarlett Johansson and she's great. You know,
right?
She
The cast looks cool.
Yeah.
Sure. It looks cool. So I think I'll go give that a watch. So I do think it's good to bring up, if we're talking summer movies. We're talking this year only. And I'm not that impressed by this year. I mean, who knows? Fingers crossed, good or bad. It's a lot of sequels. Yeah. It's a lot of reboots. It's a lot of not original stuff.
Yep.
So I thought it'd be fun if we were to talk about, out of all the different years that there are some years that just like crush it for movies. Obviously, if we're talking about the best movie year ever for summer movies, 80s and 90s, yes, totally. I thought those would be the easy swings. So I went instead with 2008.
Okay.
And so here was a lineup there that I thought was very echoing this episode.
Huh.
The Dark Knight and Iron Man came out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man's launching the MCU. Dark Knight is just crushing it. That was like the best superhero movie ever made. Then we had our sequel. We had Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. WALL-E. I know, but again, it's a sequel. It's another,
It's a big
but
property.
we had WALL-E.
It is a big property. I'll give you that. WALL-E was amazing.
WALL-E was
Incredible Hulk came out, but we had Kung Fu Panda also that launched a whole giant franchise.
Yeah.
So Step Brothers and Tropic Thunder. So we had
Tropic Thunder.
Awesome yeah, right. And so it's been a while. I mean, we're getting Naked Gun. Fingers crossed it's anywhere in the league with those.
Pineapple Express too, right? That was that year.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was a pretty good year. Derek, what do you think? What's your top year?
So I went to the Wayback Machine, and this is actually one of the first times that I remember going to the movies and being part of that big hype, like you seeing like McDonald's and Coca-Cola and advertising on TVs for it was 89, because it was the first Batman movie. Batman 89 came out. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade came out. Lethal Weapon 2 came out. Those were the summer movies.
Community.
Yeah, but then on top of that, just in the whole year, you also had Ghostbusters 2, Dead Poets Society, Back to the Future Part 2, which was then the sequels, right, to very good Back to the Future, right? Jeez. Field of Dreams, When Harry Met Sally, Abyss, that and top it all off, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
The best Christmas movie ever made. Yes, I know.
Yes. So
yeah, I watch it every year.
I think I saw something where like most of these movies grossed more than $50 million. If you adjust that for inflation, they're all like grossed over like $100 million. If you like in today's money, like all of those movies, if you can imagine it. So that's crazy.
A lot. Yeah.
That's crazy. You had that many movies that would like gross that much.
That was a great year. Remember Batman? They didn't even have the word Batman. All they did was put the symbol on the screen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The commercials and the trailer, it's just the symbol. It was great. Yeah. It was great. That was a great year. Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade was amazing too.
Yeah.
I am meeting you two in the middle. I do have a story about The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight came out while I was over in Israel. And I came back with a whole bunch of guys from Jersey, and we landed at Newark. We went to a diner and got breakfast. They left to go see the movie, and I left to hop on the Amtrak. And I got back, and I think, Derek, you saw it already, but I think like the night.
No.
You waited?
I didn't.
You waited for me.
And then we went. Yeah, I waited. I actually like. I didn't like. I missed the window, and then we went to see it in IMAX.
That's right.
And we were like, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my time.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I just rewatched it, man. Every scene with Heath Ledger is just, the writing is so good.
So
the beginning scene, beginning scene, you're just like, what?
So I do appreciate that, Derek. Thank you very much. I went with 1995. 1995.
Smack in the 90s.
Not a ton, but I went really good quality, my taste. Okay. So Batman Forever, I have a very soft spot for it. The song "Kiss from a Rose" is one of my favorite kind of movie songs. Love it.
Oh yeah, karaoke song.
Has a lot of meaning. Hey, I'm a big bearded fellow, but I'm sensitive. Okay, love that song. I think Titanic was around there too. I don't think it was 95, but it was around there. But also Crimson Tide. I love Crimson Tide. Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman in the sub. That was fabulous. Die Hard 3, which Die Hard with a Vengeance with Sam Jackson. I loved it. And here's a couple of interesting ones. Congo. Didn't get good reviews, but I loved it. Tim Curry was in there.
Me too.
Fabulous as the villain. If you like kind of like gritty cinema, Desperado.
Yeah, that was.
I love Desperado, and introduced all those actors, right? Like Danny Trejo and Salma Hayek.
Yeah,
right. And then they were in all the Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez kind of like world.
And Robert Rodriguez's style. I mean, he's a master. What a filmmaker.
Yeah. Machete kills again.
Finally, controversial given that, Will Smith did slap Chris Rock across the face. But that was also the year of the first Bad Boys. And that to this day is still one of my favorite buddy cop movies. The original.
It's a franchise.
The original. Yeah, it's a. I mean, they even did another one recently. But 1995. The 90s were a great year too. The 90s and the 80s were cool because they crossed over with like the action, like the karate action films. So like Kickboxer, Bloodsport. You had a lot of Van Damme going on there.
God,
Chuck Norris. That was kind of the tail end of Chuck Norris. And then in the
Karate
80s,
Kid this summer. It's coming out.
That's right.
I think it's out now. Yeah, Karate Kid Legends. But yeah, so that's 1995. I loved it. That was my favorite year. So yeah, I think now that we have said, look at all these great years, now we have our fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
2025.
That 2025 is going to be good. So I don't know about you, but I think we're ready to go to the movies. Woo! All right, everyone. We're ready to go to the movies, and we'll see you next time.
Bring your popcorn.
Thanks for joining us for our 2025 summer movie preview. As we see these movies this summer, we'll be posting our reviews to our social media. Please drop us a like or a comment and let us know what you thought of the movie.
If you want to find out more about Three Dimensional Dads, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok at 3Dimensional Dads, or email us at 3dimensionaldads@gmail.com. We want to hear from you.
On the next episode of 3Dimensional Dads, we're wrapping up season 2 with an interview all about music and fatherhood with our new friend George Agent. He's got a great story, and we'll know you'll love the show. All this and more on the next episode of 3Dimensional Dads. 3 friends, all geeks, exploring every dimension of being a dad.